What sexual fantasy do you have that you would never tell anyone about? At work, pretty coworkers flirting with me and sexually teasing me in a playful way without me starting it. The feel of being desired by women as an object and being their male slut turns me on a lot. The being wanted really made me realize I just want love. Thank you, random stranger. May life blessings you for this epiphany. I want to know what love is. Yep, the boy toy fantasy is real. Being a sub to a huge muscular woman that can like pick me up and throw me seems mild, but I'm 6 feet 4 inches, so it remains a distant dream for now. I have a buddy who's 6 feet 5 inches and this is literally his fantasy too. He's always said he just wants to be the little spoon for once. Looking for a girl I could climb. I'm 4 feet 10 inches and my party trick in college used to be finding the tallest dude at the party and carrying them around like a baby or giving out piggyback rides. I was just drunk and, I think, trying to assert my dominance, but they always had hearts in their eyes. Fucking no, I would. Maybe doesn't count because I have told a couple people, but it's always so embarrassing to say it out loud, and I'd probably never show my face again at family gatherings if they found out. I have a huge tickling fetish, both giving and receiving. It can be foreplay, during sex, just that and no sex. Anywhere, anytime. Don't care, can't get enough of it. Add on to that, admitting you love tickling is often accompanied by people looking at you like you're a leper because they hate it? Yeah. Oof. Waking up to my pussy being eaten. Something like this happened to a friend of mine. His have wanted to be woken up while he was in her, but the first time she was so shocked that punched him in the face and had a black eye for a few days. She apologized profusely because she didn't know she'd react that way. They settled for a second try, but she was having a pleasant sleep and dreamed that she woke up upset. After that, I think they never tried it again. It's damn good. Takes a lot of prior consent talk and communication though, since you can't exactly consent if you're asleep in the moment. Setting is crucial. A swingers club? People are respectful. We had a bouncer type checking if you put a condom and were acting normal/respectful. But it was more for show/ the idea that he was there. He had little to do but walk around and check. It's not like porn where you're just being rammed. It all moves a lot slower and nicer in reality. But I wouldn't do it in a sleazy setting or sick cinema without a lot of help I can trust. It's totally a thing. May not be realistic, though. Tough to do safely. It's definitely a thing in the Czech Republic. Don't ask me how I know. Go back in ancient Rome and fuck a gladiator and have babies with him. I never say this and will never suggest it because I feel it's probably seen as wrong and I don't want to deal with the judgment, but the idea of my partner like almost forcing me to have sex really like turns me on. Obviously it's not total force as I would be consenting, but the idea of him, I am female by the way, just wanting to do what he wanted and being really into it, I'm like huck. Yep, I'm a tough, independent woman who loves to be fully dominated in bed. I want to tie my wife to the bed and eat her out slowly for over an hour. My fantasy actually is something I did when I was younger, but haven't done in years. I used to travel monthly for a software company I worked for and I was one of 4 reps, West, Midwest, North and South, who had meetings in Austin. DX, the woman from the West, San Jose, was simply the prettiest woman I've ever seen, and one night, after a team dinner and drinks, I told her that. We all go back to our hotel rooms and I get a text from her that she needs help with a project we were working on. We actually kissed in her hotel room. Not like a kiss, but it was a lie down in bed, kiss for well over an hour while fully clothed kiss. I never had a wandering hand. We just held each other. We ended up doing this every night we would have meetings. We never, ever did anything else. But the kisses were the best thing I've ever felt. I want to feel that again. This is so precious. You know those memes people do where they say a girl can be as forward as possible with me and I still would not get the hint? Yeah, that's you lol. Me. Blindfolded. Tied to a chair. Fully exposed and rock hard. Watched by several women who are verbally instructing me to come for them. They take turns edging me, till I cannot stand it anymore. I'm a lesbian switch, but I lean more to the submissive side. Basically, just be the live-in fuck slave and maid for group of like 5 women for a month. I'll cook, do the chores, and pretty much let them do whatever they want to me, or make me do whatever they want of them sexually, within respect to my limits. I've got some friends coming over this weekend and none of us can cook to save ourselves. A match made on Reddit. So this is hard to explain. I want to be manhandled by a group of men, but like, gently? I want all of their focus to be on pleasuring me with their hands and mouths, no penis action at all, and be caressed and held down and moved in different positions by their strong hands while I just get to be overwhelmed with pleasure. Is that too much to ask? Ravished. What's a free use? A fetish where essentially you can just go up to your partner at pretty much any time and jump right into sex with no preamble or fuss. Like if they're sitting there eating cereal and you just grab their dick without warning, or if they're sitting on the sofa watching TV and you just start going at it while they keep watching Seinfeld, that sort of thing. Very obviously requires setting up permission beforehand and accepting no or other required safe words if they object. I've never heard this term, but I have literally done that to my hubs while watching Seinfeld. Yada yada, are you still watching? Honestly, just making love in a committed relationship/marriage with a person who genuinely loves me. No worries about are they into me? Will they still be around? What if the protection fails and I accidentally get pregnant? How do they feel? None of that anxiety and fear. Just raw, unabashed, passionate lovemaking in a marriage with someone who's deeply committed and connected to me. With the safety of knowing that after I let loose and be wild and give in to all my primal urges, tomorrow morning they will still be there. Yep, that's my fantasy. To give into passion freely, all while knowing without a doubt that I'm loved, safe and accepted. No games. No anxiety. No uncertainty. I've never said that out loud to anyone because truthfully I'm ashamed that at my big age I've yet to experience it. There's a neighborhood girl I grew up with. We would always push each other's buttons. We were not very nice to each other. Well, she is pretty hot and I would really love to angry fuck her. But I want her to absolutely hate the fact that she's actually loving it. And maybe we can verbally use each other while giving in to her most basic desire. My partner knows, so not nobody but not something I'd discuss over drinks with coworkers but, sharing/pimping out my guy. It comes in a couple favors, friend in a dry spell after a man did her wrong and just wants a guy to go down on her and then get the fuck out and I loaned him out, a group of ladies at like a brunch or something bitching about their sex lives and I call him to come serve at the brunch passing out tiny sandwiches and pouring tea and servicing anyone who wants. Things like that. Always wanted to be that guy. I wanna be slowly fucked by a protective muscular man that just wants to whisk all my worries away. Lay me on my stomach and just tenderly massage my back and body while he slowly fucks me until and even after, drift off to sleep. Wake up the next morning feeling sexually satisfied, well rested and refreshed, without a care in the world. And then just be there in his arms until he wakes. Edit. Jesus, I didn't expect this to go as far as it did and I'm glad you all took the time to read this. As a man who is overly stressed by my job, I've been wanting this fantasy for years. The real fantasy here is the part about waking up feeling rested and refreshed, like come on, get real. I want to go to an orgy. Just a massive sex party, with multitudes of flesh, lots of women and men. I'd get off to the beauty of sex, the melodies of pleasure and my own jump into the playtime. Just non-stop pounding for a whole night. And then coffee and donuts brought by caterers the next day. I want to have wrestling sex where my partner and I are in spandex/tight leotards, and literally wrestle. There would be lots of build-up, body parts rubbing against each other, teasing, and of course pleasure. I am very nervous to share this with anyone but truly one of my biggest fantasies.